Think about it. We all have a favorite part on a roller coaster. Maybe yours is the big drop, zipping through the fast loop, or even the takeoff. The thing is, each of those parts needs to work together in order for a ride to be fun and exciting. Well, the storyline, or plot of a story, works the same way. The only difference is, plot has a specific order it needs to follow. When each part works together, the reader is able to have a more exciting and interesting experience. Learning objective. Today I will investigate the 5 elements of plot so that I can identify key points in a story. I will know that I am successful when I have passed the review quiz with at least 80% accuracy. Exposition. Before the ride starts, you are strapped in and someone may tell you the rules of the ride. You are excited to find out what is to come. Definition. The beginning of the story where the characters and the setting is revealed. What to look for. Character names, where the story takes place, time period, etc. Exposition example. Story. Cindy and Vanessa were so excited to begin high school. They had been best friends since they were little and were ready to tackle this new chapter in their lives together. Cindy was dedicated to cheerleading, and although Vanessa liked it, her heart just wasn't in it. Explanation. Here, the reader finds out the names of the main character and a little bit about their age. In addition, the reader also gets some information about the setting of the story. Rising action. You may get anxious as the roller coaster begins to slowly carry you higher and higher. You know something big is coming. Definition. This is where the events in the story become complicated and the conflict or problem in the story is revealed. The characters may experience conflict with other characters or within themselves. What to look for. A small issue getting worse, the characters having trouble, etc. Rising action example. Cindy has been practicing for a long time now and really had her heart set on making the varsity team. Cindy begged Vanessa to try out with her, and although Vanessa was hesitant, she finally agreed. They went to school early that Saturday morning for tryouts and saw that they had a lot of competition. Explanation. Action begins to rise when we find out about the cheer tryouts that Cindy has been super excited for. The reader grows excited to hear the results of the tryouts and wants to know what will happen next. Climax. The highest peak is the most exciting part of the roller coaster. You may think to yourself, what now? Definition. This is the highest point of interest and the turning point of the story. The conflict in the story is at its peak, or worse. What to look for? A fight, a lot of action, a situation where the character is unsure what to do, etc. Climax example. At tryouts, they rocked it, and Cindy just knew that she did well enough to make the varsity squad. At the end of the tryout, as the captain was naming the girls who made it, Cindy was waiting to hear her name for varsity, but heard it called for JV, and Vanessa's called for varsity. Cindy began to cry, and as Vanessa tried to talk to her, she ran off of the field. Explanation. The action is at its peak here, as the event that the reader has been waiting for finally happens. The reader now gets to see that there is a huge conflict happening as Vanessa and Cindy are put in an awkward situation that might ruin their friendship. Falling action. Ah! You may scream, hold on tight, or throw your hands up, but you know that it will all be over soon. Definition. The events and conflicts begin to be resolved. The action may begin to fade and problems begin to fade. What to look for. Characters talking about their issue and trying to solve it. A character figures out how to solve their problem. Action begins to fade, etc. Falling action example. After going 2 days without speaking, Cindy finally decided to pick up Vanessa's call. Vanessa told Cindy that there was no way she would agree to cheer if Cindy was not by her side. Cindy apologized for ignoring Vanessa's calls. They were friends again, but deep down inside, Cindy was still unhappy about making JV. Explanation. The action begins to girls was not yet resolved. Finally, they speak about the situation and are friends again, but the problem is, Cindy still wants to make the varsity team. Resolution. You are unstrapped from the ride, exit the cart, and everything is back to normal. Definition. The the part of the story that concludes the falling action by revealing the outcome of the conflict. The reader now knows how the event ended or how the conflict was solved. What to look for? The characters solved their problem, things seem back to normal, etc. Resolution example. Cindy decided to cheer on the JV team and asked Vanessa for help. They practiced every single day after the JV practice. After that year, Cindy tried out for the varsity cheer team again and made it. She was so happy and realized with hard work and a great friend, her dreams could come true. Explanation. All of the conflicts are finally resolved, as now, not only are the girls friends again, but they work together to make sure that Cindy makes the varsity team the following year, which has always been her dream. Quiz. Now that you have reviewed the 5 elements of plot, it's time to take a quiz to demonstrate what you have learned.